Welcome back to Patch Me If You Can podcast for another deep dive into all things cybersecurity.
It's great to be back.
Today we're looking ahead, way ahead, to 2025.
Trying to figure out what GRC, governance, risk, and compliance will look like then.
And yeah, we've got this super interesting article from Forbes Technology Council to guide us.
GRC 2025, Navigating the Future of Governance, Risk, and Compliance by Matt Hillary.
He's the VP of Security and CISO at Drata.
Sounds like he knows what he's talking about.
Definitely. And just so everyone's on the same page, we're going to be pulling some foundational stuff from an AWS explainer too.
Always good to start with the basics.
Okay, so GRC, what is it really? The AWS article says it's a structured approach to aligning IT with business goals while managing risks and meeting regulations.
Yeah, it's basically like a system with three main parts.
Governance, risk management, and compliance.
Exactly. Governance is all about setting policies and guidelines. Risk management is about identifying and mitigating potential threats.
And compliance is making sure you're following all the necessary laws and standards.
It's all connected. They work together to help companies make good decisions, protect their data, and avoid penalties.
And speaking of making good decisions, let's talk about this whole AI thing. Matt Hillary really dives into how AI is going to, well, revolutionize GRC.
Agentic AI, he calls it.
AI that can act on its own. No constant human input.
Imagine AI analyzing tons of data and predicting risks before they even happen.
Like a crystal ball for risk management. Wild, right?
And think about audits. AI could automatically gather all the evidence.
No more spending hours and hours doing that. But of course, there are concerns about giving AI so much control.
Oh, absolutely. We have to make sure it's unbiased, transparent, accountable.
Humans need to be involved, always. Can't just let the machines run wild.
Definitely not.
Okay, so let's get specific. How is risk management going to change in 2025? Matt Hillary talks about this shift towards quantitative risk analysis.
Using data to get much more precise risk calculations.
Not just gut feelings anymore.
Nope. And it's not just internal data either. Companies will be integrating all kinds of external data sources.
Threat intelligence, economic indicators, even geopolitical events.
Like having a complete picture of the risk landscape. Pretty crucial in today's world. Things are changing so fast.
And then there's this idea of dynamic risk adjustment.
Of constantly updating risk assessments based on real-time data so you can adjust quickly to changing circumstances.
Yeah, risk management has to become much more agile, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so here's a question Matt Hillary asks in the article. Do I burn down risks or chase opportunities?
That's a tough one. It's this balance between innovation and risk management that every company is going to have to figure out.
Right. How much risk are you willing to take to pursue new opportunities? AI can definitely help with that, giving you the data to make informed decisions.
Yeah, instead of just avoiding risk altogether.
Right. AI can help you find the right balance, maximize opportunities while minimizing potential downsides. Pretty powerful stuff.
It is. So it's not just about avoiding risk altogether. It's more about making strategic choices.
Yeah.
Maximizing opportunities while minimizing the downsides.
Yeah, using AI to help you make those tough decisions.
Exactly.
Okay, we've talked about risk management, but there's a whole other side to GRC.
Compliance.
Right. All those rules and regulations. How is AI going to change that?
Well, for one thing, it can help automate a lot of the compliance tasks.
You mentioned that earlier, agentic AI taking care of the heavy lifting. What does that actually look like?
Think about all the stuff that goes into compliance. Collecting evidence for audits, monitoring regulatory changes.
Generating all those reports.
Right. It's a ton of work, especially for big companies with complex compliance requirements.
And so time-consuming. I mean, it must be really easy to make mistakes, too.
Exactly. And that's where AI comes in. It can automate a lot of those tasks so compliance professionals can focus on more strategic stuff.
So instead of chasing down documents and, trying to keep up with all the regulations,
they can use AI tools to do that for them. And then they have more time to analyze the findings and come up with proactive compliance strategies.
Got it. So can you give us like a real-world example of how this would work?
Sure. Let's say you're a financial institution and you need to comply with anti-money laundering regulations.
Okay.
Right now, you probably have a bunch of analysts manually reviewing transactions looking for anything suspicious.
Which is super labor intensive and probably not that accurate.
Especially when you're dealing with tons of transactions happening every second. But with AI, you can train algorithms to analyze those transactions in real time.
So it's constantly looking for red flags.
Exactly. And if it finds something, it alerts the human analysts.
That's amazing. So it's like having this super vigilant assistant who never misses a thing.
And the best part is these AI systems are always learning so they can evolve as new money laundering techniques emerge.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Okay, so AI can help companies be more proactive and efficient when it comes to compliance. But what about risk management? How will AI change the way companies identify and mitigate risks?
One really promising area is predictive risk modeling. AI can analyze huge amounts of data, historical data, industry trends, even external factors like geopolitical events, and all of that helps to identify potential risks before they actually happen.
So it's not just about reacting to events that have already happened. You can actually anticipate potential problems.
Exactly. And the more data the AI has access to, the more accurate the predictions become.
So companies that really invest in data collection and management are going to be in a good position.
Absolutely. Data is everything when it comes to AI.
Can you give us an example of how predictive risk modeling would work in the real world?
Sure. Let's say you're a manufacturing company with a complex global supply chain. AI can analyze data from all your suppliers, their financial stability, their track record, even stuff like political stability in their region. And it can use all of that to identify potential disruptions.
Before they happen.
Yeah, which could potentially save companies millions of dollars. They can adjust their supply chains or find new suppliers before anything bad happens.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So AI isn't just about avoiding negative outcomes. It can actually help companies find opportunities for improvement, too.
Exactly.
Okay, we've talked about compliance and risk management, but what about governance? The third part of GRC. How is AI going to impact that?
AI can really help with transparency and accountability. It can monitor financial transactions. It can flag potential conflicts of interest. It can even make sure everyone is complying with internal policies and procedures.
Like having a digital watchdog keeping an eye on everything.
Pretty much. And it can provide real-time insights so you can address potential problems before they get out of control.
That's really important these days when ethical lapses and compliance failures can completely ruin a company's reputation.
Absolutely. Trust is everything. And AI can help companies demonstrate that they're committed to doing things the right way.
So it sounds like AI has the potential to completely transform every aspect of GRC. But we can't forget about the human element.
You're absolutely right. AI is a powerful tool, but it's not a replacement for human judgment and expertise.
Can't just hand everything over to the machines.
Nope. We still need people who understand how to use these tools effectively and ethically.
So the future of GRC is really about finding that balance between human intelligence and artificial intelligence.
Exactly. It's about creating a collaborative ecosystem where humans and AI work together.
And that's going to be crucial as the world of GRC gets even more complex.
Definitely. And as AI technology continues to evolve, we're going to see even more innovative applications.
It's an exciting time to be involved in GRC, that's for sure.
It is. There are definitely challenges, but the potential benefits are huge.
Absolutely. So as we move into the final part of this deep dive, let's focus on the human side of things. What does all this mean for GRC professionals? What skills and knowledge are they going to need in this new AI-powered world? It's going to be fascinating to see how this all plays out.
It really is.
So Matt Hillary, in his article, he really emphasizes this need for companies to invest in their GRC teams.
Right, alongside their investment in AI.
You can't just throw AI at the problem and expect it to work.
You need skilled professionals who know how to use it.
And use it ethically.
Exactly. It's about making GRC professionals even more valuable.
So what does that look like? What kind of skills do they need?
Well, they'll need a deeper understanding of AI and data analytics, how to interpret the insights that these systems generate.
So it's more about a shift in skill set, not a replacement of jobs.
Right, and it's not just technical skills either.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Communication, being able to explain complex information to both technical and non-technical audiences.
so you can bridge that gap between AI insights and, actual business decisions.
Exactly.
Okay, so for all the GRC professionals out there listening, what are the key takeaways? What can you do to prepare for this AI-powered future?
I think the biggest thing is to just embrace continuous learning.
Always be learning.
Stay up to date on AI and data analytics. Look for opportunities to develop your skills.
And don't be afraid to experiment with new tools and technologies.
Even if they seem a little intimidating at first.
It's all about adapting, right?
Exactly. And remember, AI is a tool.
Not a replacement.
Your expertise and judgment, they're still incredibly valuable.
That's good to hear. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the future of GRC in 2025, I think it's safe to say that some pretty big changes are coming.
Yeah, the convergence of AI and GRC, it's both exciting and a little bit daunting.
We've got challenges ahead, but the potential benefits are huge.
Absolutely.
So the companies that embrace this change and, invest in their GRC teams,
Those are the companies that are going to thrive.
absolutely. So to all the GRC professionals out there, the future is yours to shape. Embrace the challenge, stay curious, and never stop learning.
Well said.
Thank you for listening to Patch Me If You Can podcast. See you next time.